You might be thinking, which platforms do I choose? There's a whole variable selection of ad platforms, but there are big differentiation points between each one and how each one works. Okay, so I'm going to go through that today. So by the end of the day, you know exactly which ad platforms you want to start utilizing to test and grow your business. So super important, guys. What's going on, ad gang? It's your boy, Jerry the Ad Wizard, coming back at you with a brand new video. And today we're going to be looking at something super, super important. If you're just starting or thinking about running ads, you might be thinking, which platform do I choose, right? Meta ads, Google ads, Reddit ads, Snapchat ads. Which one is best for you? Well, today, guys, we're going to dissect all of the ad platforms, and we're going to go through the different types of ad platforms so that you can decide which platforms would be best to grow your business. Watch this video, understand how the ad platforms work, and then make a decision onto which you think will grow your business the best, okay? So stick around, guys. We're going to get into it today. Grab your coffees and grab your hats. It's time to spin up some ad magic. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go through each platform and give you some pro tips as to which platform you should be utilizing to grow your business depending on your business objectives, okay? So we're going to go through each platform one by one. There's two main areas that I want us to focus on, okay? Two main simple concepts that each platform utilizes that will give you a good understanding as to how to approach this for your business, okay? So the first thing is understanding the difference between discovery-based platforms. These are platforms where you're scrolling through and content, ideas, offers, pitches come to you, and intent-based platforms, okay? Which are platforms where people are actively typing in the solution or their problems or their pain points directly into the platform. So this is how I like to think of it. One is discovering new ideas, new concepts, new offers. The other is intent-based, typing in, actively looking for a solution. You know what you want, you know what you need, you're looking for that solution. This is intent-based, okay? Two different types, right? I'm going to touch on the third, which is a new amalgamation really of both. So to start off is Facebook and Instagram, okay? Facebook, if you could imagine just scrolling through your news feed and ideas and concepts come to you, okay? This is really, really interesting because Facebook and Instagram work in this way that we can test market sentiment, business offers, based on how the algorithm feeds our ads to people, because this is where discovery-based platforms are really, really great, okay? People who have never heard of you before, as they're scrolling through, you can create targeted ads, for example, on Instagram and Facebook, where these ideas come to them, okay? They're scrolling through and they're allowing the algorithm to feed them new ideas that will resonate with them, okay? So these are the really simple concepts to understand, guys. The other discovery-based platforms are LinkedIn. It could be argued that it is a little bit intent-based. We might use the search box in LinkedIn to find certain things, but typically the algorithm feeds us the content that I think is going to resonate with us, depending on our job role, depending on the people that we interacted with, depending on how the algorithm sees us. That's going to dictate mostly what the content that we see. So that's why I put it in this category, discovery-based. But it could be argued that LinkedIn's a little bit intent-based, depending on whether or not the user uses the search bar, right? But typically it's not as much. On Snapchat, it's very similar to something like TikTok, right? And I'm going to put TikTok in here, but with an asterisk, because TikTok is slowly changing, guys, right? You may have seen some studies around this, but now the usability is very much that people are using TikTok to allow ideas and offers to come to them, but they're also using it as a search engine, guys, okay? So I'm going to go into that in a little bit, but it's just something to bear in mind for TikTok specifically. It used to be hugely discovery-based, okay, entirely run by algorithms, but now the usability of that platform with the users are changing, and people are actually actively typing in what they're looking for on TikTok, okay? So things are changing a little bit there. That's why I put an asterisk here, and I'm going to go into the third category. Stay tuned for that at the end, which touches on how these platforms are utilizing both, okay? So intent-based platforms. What is an intent-based platform? An intent-based platform is a platform where you're actively typing in a solution. You're actively looking for something and you're typing it in, okay? What we need to understand here is that discovery-based platforms are typically at the top of funnel cold audience traffic, okay? People who don't know us. That's why discovery platforms are really great. If you've got brand new business and it's a brand new idea, utilize Facebook, Instagram, Snap, and all those kind of discovery-based platforms, because we need to get the algorithms feed these ideas to people who are going to resonate with them. Okay. With intent-based platforms, we're actively choosing to target people who are actively looking for solutions to their pain points and all those kind of things, right? For intent-based platforms, do you imagine if, for example, the platform like Google Ads very much dictated around search-based ads, okay? PPC. So people actively typing in certain short and long tail keywords being typed in on Google, where people are actively looking for solutions. Okay. So if you imagine you're thinking of an idea and you're in bed late at night and then you're typing it into Google, that the ads presented there are very much to the tune of what it is that you are looking for. And with intent-based, typically they're a bit further down the customer journey. Okay. So if you imagine the customer journey looking at very simply in 3 different steps. So you've got awareness. So people who have never heard of you before. You've got consideration. People who are considering you. And then you've got the decision-making stage, which are people actively making the decision to choose your business. So there's a very simple way of looking at the customer journey. And intent-based touches more on the consideration and decision-making stage, whereas discovery-based platforms are touching more on the awareness stage. Okay, you're building awareness around a pain point. You're building awareness around a solution. With intent-based, people are actively typing in those solutions, so they're further down the customer journey, okay? They have an understanding what the problem is, and now they're looking for that solution, okay? So that's a good way to look at this, guys. Other platforms that are intent-based are Yahoo and Bing. So really think about your customer and think about who you're trying to target and what stage of the customer journey they're at, but also what type of customer they are, okay? I would recommend Bing, for example, Bing ads, which also use things like PMAX, are very similar to Google ads. With Bing, the users slightly higher in age, in demographic, right? So if I know that I'm wanting to target people with higher intent, but they're slightly older, I'd 100% test Bing, but I'd definitely run Google, okay? If I was to put all of my eggs in one basket across all of these 3 platforms, Google is the absolute best for intent-based platforms, in my opinion, okay? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you think anything else, would love to hear it. One other intent-based platform I would put in here is Reddit, because typically Reddit ads are targeting certain communities, certain subreddits, etc. I've actively searched for those subreddits, so I would say it's intent-based. People are actively choosing which subreddits to go to, but I would say that some of those ads in those subreddits are very discovery-based, okay? So as soon as you're in that subreddit, you're very much relying on the Reddit ad to allow you to discover new businesses and new concepts, because you're actively choosing which subreddit to participate in. I would put Reddit ads in this category. Now, the final category, guys, is actually a hybrid of both, okay? A hybrid. It's very, very important to constantly understand the usability of these platforms, to understand how to maximize your ad spend on each platform, okay? Now, hybrid is important because the platforms allow for great discoverability and the platforms where people are actively typing in. It's the best of both worlds, okay? Really, really interesting, guys. And within the hybrid category, I would put the following ad platforms in this category. So TikTok, as I mentioned, is slowly turning into more of a hybrid platform. Adobe released this very, very interesting study at the beginning of the year, basically going through how TikTok is changing and how TikTok now is becoming more of a search engine for users, okay? People are using the search bar. Not only is the TikTok algorithm great for feeding new content, new ideas, but people are using that search filter to also address any needs, pain points, wish, desires, or wants that your business might satisfy, okay? So it's important to understand this because not only do we have to make our ads very relevant for discoverability, so cold audiences can find us, but also we need to optimize them for the consideration stage of the customer journey because people are actively typing in solutions. So if you maximize the SEO effect, but guys, before we go anywhere else, and you're not subscribed and are new here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss any more important updates. We are here many times a week to help business owners, online advertisers, and digital marketeers get the best from their online, paid media, and digital marketing strategies. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. On your ads, on your TikTok content, then it allows for even more discoverability because as people are typing in what they're looking for, your content and your ads will appear. There's a really, really interesting study that Adobe did around this and just showing how the TikTok platform is changing, how the users are changing their interactions there, and how this is now becoming a hybrid of discoverability and intent-based, okay? So super, super important. I'm going to link this article down below if you want to read it fully. It goes into all sorts, the different age ranges use these search filters, but typically it's the younger ages that are using this as a search engine. So that's something to bear in mind. Again, usability could change around this, but typically Gen Z is the main findings are using this as a search engine. Okay. Gen Zs and millennials. So something to bear in mind, guys. But now going back to our analysis, okay, so that's why I've put TikTok in this hybrid model, because the usability on the platform is slightly changing, okay, and that's important to understand. And the other ad platforms that I put into this hybrid category would be Amazon, because there you are actively typing in for a product, a brand, a SKU. You're actively looking for something. You already know what it is that you need, potentially. Okay, so you're at the consideration/decision-making stage of the customer journey. But it's also great for the awareness stage of the customer journey, because as people are typing in those solutions, your products can be served to those people to allow them to discover you for the first time, okay, through related products, etc., through related keyword targeting. You can make sure that your ads and your product is being served alongside similar other products and brands. And that way, you're allowing people to discover you, okay? So that's why I put this here. I would say it's more of an intent-based platform than a discoverability. I definitely think the intent is higher on Amazon. The discoverability is really nice. Like, they're really, really focusing on different placements to allow people to discover your products and discover your brand, so people can deviate from their classic choice and spend more time on the platform. But we just consider it as this, the hybrid of intent and discovery, okay? And the final one that we've got here is YouTube, okay? Because YouTube kind of acts like Google. YouTube is actually the biggest search engine next to Google, okay? So people are actively typing in, hey, how do I do this thing? How do I solve this thing? What do I do around this thing? People are actually understand the pain points, and they're typing in solutions. But there is also a great discoverability platform, because as you guys hopefully know, that the related video and related content acts really, really well for YouTube to allow new users to discover you. Now, YouTube tinkers with the algorithms quite a lot, and you might find sometimes that you get a lot of different channels appear in your news feed, okay? YouTube is trying to optimize not only the user experience, but also the content creator experience, okay? So they want to make sure that certain content creators, even if they're relatively small, are still being allowed to be shown to get new viewers to discover them, versus some of the larger platforms that of course have viewership, of course they bring in new users, but you might see also smaller content creators dotted around your newsfeed as YouTube tries to optimize this, tries to bring new content creators in, gives them a leg up, tries to make the discoverability nice for them so they can get users to follow them. The biggest thing, guys, okay, is the fact that YouTube is the second largest search engine next to Google, okay? So that is something super, super important to remember. It means that with the ads and the content that you have there, you really need to focus on the SEO a little bit as well. Make sure that the discoverability is really, really nice for you, so that the customer with intent can discover you very, very easily, can watch your videos, and can find the answers and solutions to their problems through YouTube and YouTube ads. The last thing I put in this group would be Pinterest, okay? If you're running Pinterest ads, Pinterest is a great hybrid, because you type in an intent-based search as to what you're looking for, and then the Pinterest algorithm allows you to discover new concepts, new pins, new ideas, depending on what you've initially typed in. The algorithm is going to constantly feed you the discovery-based stuff that it thinks you're going to resonate with, that it thinks you're going to like, and all those kind of things. So I definitely put this as a discovery-based more than intent. You can narrow down discovery in Pinterest by actively typing in other things that you're interested in, so that Pinterest gets an idea of who you are and then serves you really relevant content, okay? So you actually need both with Pinterest. Really, really good discovery platform. They're really great to allow new customers and new leads and new patients to come in and discover you for the first time, okay? So that's something to bear in mind. That is that Pinterest is very much a hybrid platform, I think. So very simply, guys, this is how I would map this, okay? So depending on what you want to do. Now, my quick highlight tips are thus, okay? I would suggest, if you're starting out and you already have a bit of demand, you can already do some keyword planning and see what kind of traffic your keywords associated with your business are bringing in. I'd highly recommend utilizing intent-based ads first, okay? People who are further down the decision-making stage, versus awareness, because typically with intent-based platforms, you'll get a lot better ROAS, aka return on ad spend, and you'll get a lot better results, right? Depending on the search traffic. Now, if it's a very, very new concept, 100% go to discovery, okay? You need to create that demand. You need to create that understanding of making people problem aware that there is a problem, okay? Before people come to you as a solution, you need to tell people that there's a problem, right? And here's the solution that it solves. Come to us, right? So depending on the life cycle of your business and how in demand it is already would dictate this. But if you know that it's in high in demand already, people are actively typing this stuff into Google, so you can run Google ads, and it would work really nicely to get new people in. Utilize both, okay? Utilize a hybrid of a discovery-based and intent-based platforms. I would suggest something like Facebook/Instagram and Google Ads, okay? Both of those, new people discovering your business on Facebook and Instagram, the results there probably might not be as strong. And then you've got Google Ads to capitalize on when people are actively typing in that solution. And you've got your ads there on Google to capture that traffic and bring people to the website, get them to take action. Okay, they're further down the decision-making stage, so they're more likely to take action. Therefore, you're more likely to get better results on an intent-based platform. So that's my recommendation, guys. If you're still unsure, okay, what I would suggest is have a look at the ad libraries, okay? So Google has an ad library, TikTok has an ad library, and Facebook has an ad library. So look through your competitors, see which platforms they're on, and that will actually give you a pretty good understanding as to what works well for them. So it might be also a good extra little data point to allow you to inform your decision as to where you should start first if you're very, very unsure. Okay, so check the ad libraries and see where your competitors are also running ads, where there's the largest majority of ads being run. Okay, if you see 1,000 ads on Google and 20 ads on Facebook, you know they're utilizing both. They're giving Google way more leverage to give them customers and give them clients than they are on Facebook. Okay, Facebook, they're putting a bit of budget into that, but Google, they're putting a lot more budget into it because that's where the higher intent customers are going to give you and drive you results. Okay, so again, if you're unsure, check out the ad libraries. They'll give you some really, really good data and some really good understandings as to what is going on right now in the marketplace. Okay, so that's my little take on it, guys. Hopefully that was useful to you. And guys, that's it for today. Hopefully that was useful. Hopefully that gave you a bit more clarity on which ad platforms you think will be best for your business. Of course, as always, don't forget to hit me a comment down below if you have any questions or there's anything there that doesn't make sense. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you're new here so you never miss any more important updates. I'm Jerry the Ad Wizard, and you can follow me on LinkedIn at Jerry Griffiths, on Instagram at Jerry Ad Wizard, and everywhere else at Jerry Dreadlocks. If you want to know a really, really simple framework that will allow you to understand how to test ads to validate your business proposition or your business offerings, click up here. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jerry the Ad Wizard, and wherever you are in the world, I bid you peace, love, a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.